So this week we've got drone and camera deals everywhere, right? But Prime Day isn't the full story. We've got leaks from DJI and GoPro for long-awaited camera updates and refreshes. There is a lot here, not just about deals and Prime discounts, but there's real news about upcoming products. So let's just jump into it. So I think everybody thinks that Prime Day deals are kind of the same every year, but this year DJI is kind of switching it up and we're seeing increased discounts on DJI gear in kind of the biggest in a long time, with entry-level drones actually dropping to $159 and even portable power stations getting a cut down to $319. So the $159 price tag, that's for the DJI Mini Neo. And anyone who's looking to break into aerial photography, these entry points are kind of changing that option. And on the pro side, we've got bundles like the Air 3 and even the Osmo. And it's not just the prices, DJI is actually using these sales to clear out old stock ahead of upcoming major product refreshes. And folks who are looking to get at kind of the hobby level can get in with almost no barrier. And if you're looking to upgrade, the bundles will set you up with kind of the kits that you need. There aren't a lot of times where the best advice is to wait until the deal days, but the deal days are here. And if you're considering to upgrade or starting fresh, these are the things that you should be looking for because honestly, they seem pretty good this year. The Mini 4K combo kit is $309. Right, that's $90 off for that teeny tiny little 4K drone. The Air 3, the previous iteration on the Air line, is $934. The Action 4 is $209. The Power 1000, which is a over 1,000 watt hour battery system, is under $500. Now that thing is normally $1,000. So it's more than 50% off right now. There are also tons of accessories from companies like Small Rig, Newer, and Ulanzi to go with your DJI gear. I mentioned in a previous video that Small Rig is doing a huge sale. I love Small Rig gear. This is my Small Rig with my handle. This is on my R5. I've got this fitted out with the Canon FD 1.4. This is for a different video that I'm doing. Half my studio is held up by these Small Rig super clamps. That's a Small Rig light, that's a Small Rig light, that's a Small Rig. And you guys know that I shoot on the R6 Mark II, but right now I am shooting with the newer f700 field monitor. I've got a review for that on the channel. My Octabox is a 36-inch Octabox, also newer. Back here, you can kind of see I've got my Godox flash. That's what I use when I'm using off-camera flash for my portrait clients. Hell, my microphone right now is held up by a Small Rig clamp. And all of their stuff is on sale right now. So if you're looking to upgrade your studio or just get DJI gear, I will put links down in the description for all of that. Next, let's talk about a big leak that we have on the DJI Osmo 360 and the Mic 3. I've been talking about both of these products for a little while here on the channel, but the next big camera announcement is going to be the Osmo 360. They're both on the way, and judging by the full specs that dropped last week, both are going to be pushing into significantly newer territory. Now, this 360 is going to go head-to-head with GoPro's MAX series, as well as the Insta360 X5, which we're expected to see at the end of the month. Now, our good friend Jasper Ellens over on X, as well as at Drone XL, has the spec rundown for the 360, which includes an 8K video sensor that is a 1-inch sensor, or I guess dual 1-inch sensors. And I think if we step into the Wayback Machine, you can remember when I was doing the first video on the Osmo 360, I said, you know, if they can take the 1-inch sensor that they have in the pocket and just put 2 of those, that would be phenomenal. And it looks like that's kind of what they're doing here, or at least something similar. Because the other thing that we're seeing is that it is going to potentially be a 120 megapixel sensor. Now, before we get a little too caught up on 120 megapixels and all that, that's gonna be for stills only. This is not gonna do 120 megapixel video, it'll do 8K video. But that tells us, again, that this is going to employ quad Bayer tech. It'll also support 4K at 120 frames per second. Now, of course, it's gonna have, you know, image stabilization. I mean, this is DJI we're talking about here. It'll interface with all of their microphone products. It'll probably be waterproof down to, you know, the standard 10+ meters. And it looks like it's gonna have about a 1.5 megapixel touchscreen. What we don't know is whether or not that touchscreen will be OLED, which can be super helpful in bright, sunny environments, and whether or not those lenses will be replaceable, which I think is super important. Now, in the marketing materials that we're seeing, it sounds like DJI is claiming that this 1-inch sensor paired with D-Log M will be able to give exceptional dynamic range, as well as 10-bit color. And on the software side, we're hearing that it will also support gesture commands and voice control. On the connection side, it looks like it's also going to support a 1/4-inch thread mount, as well as the magnetic mount system and a magnetic charging system. You'll also be able to add Apple Watch or Garmin-based fitness data into overlays on your footage directly. And while the 4K video in single frame mode will go up to 120 frames per second, in 360 mode, we're hearing that 6K up to 60 will be possible, as well as 4K up to 100. And at 8K 30, they're touting 100 minutes of shooting. And along with the Osmo launch, we're expecting to see the Mic 3, which is going to bring forward a lot of improvements that we saw in the Mic 2 and the Mini, and because it was so popular, they're going to be making it much smaller. So the Mic 3 is going to be about 11 grams, and obviously it'll support all the charging case stuff and everything that we've seen and expected from DJI. I'm sure they'll improve noise canceling and all of that, but they are going to do both of these events together. One thing I do want to mention as I'm currently recording this is, as I said at the top of the video, during like the Prime deal days, this is my favorite wireless microphone system. This is the Hollyland Lark M2S. This thing is teeny tiny, also comes in a charging case. The reason that I like it is that it's 7 grams. And while it doesn't use the magnetic clip, it actually uses just tension. There you go. This thing works beautifully. It has a 1,000-foot range, and normally it's 150 bucks, but right now it's on sale for 120, so it's $30 off. I think that's a great deal. You should go get it if you're looking for a wireless microphone setup that is super, super lightweight. I've got a review up on the channel that I'll link up above for that, but check this out. I'll put a link down below. That is an affiliate link, so it does go to help the channel. But with an expected release date of July 29th, according to Jasper Ellens, he's also claiming that the DJI Nano has been pushed until at least late August. For the latest news, make sure that you're following Jasper as well as DroneXL. They've got great details, but I'll keep looking and I will let you know as soon as I find anything else. Next, we've been talking about the GoPro MAX series for a while now. They kind of let it, I don't know, die, or at least it was on life support. And then at the beginning of this year, they were like, hey everybody, here's a new GoPro MAX. And what they did was they put a 1/4-inch thread mount on the bottom of it. And that was it. That's all they did. But we knew that a MAX 2 would be coming. So the MAX 2 is finally incoming. So if you've been waiting for a GoPro MAX or looking for an upgrade to your 360 camera and you want to go GoPro, your wait might finally be over, because they've finally started teasing out the MAX 2, and the info that we now have points to an announcement very soon. So after a pretty quiet few years, GoPro has started teasing out the MAX 2 with some kind of interesting marketing images. I find it very interesting that they had to Photoshop on the face of the guy's helmet, because those helmets traditionally you can't see through. But it does point to an announcement soon. And what we should probably expect is higher resolution sensors, better low light performance, and cleaner stitching, as well as hopefully a rework of their editing controls in-app. Because GoPro's entry into the 360 video world made a splash a few years ago, but they've let the platform stagnate. And so if GoPro can bring in specs like 8K recording, good audio and connectivity, battery life, AI features in camera as well as in app, and good low light performance, we may actually have a kind of a 3-horse race on our hands between Insta360, DJI, and GoPro. One thing that GoPro is very good at is accessories. So the hope is that we see some accessory build outs around this camera, because to be quite honest, the things that I'm looking for are on the lens side, and I've not really seen much from the main players here. Maybe some sort of a polarizer option, although I know that's super complicated on a 360-degree camera. An ND filter of some kind, maybe? If you're in bright, sunny environments, you want to be able to slow that thing down. But what else would you want to see to an updated 360 camera from GoPro or any of these other brands? Let me know down in the comments. And also let me know which ecosystem you are planning on betting on. Lastly, if you want to support what I'm doing here, consider becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive resources like LUTs and presets that I mentioned earlier, highlighted comments, as well as member-only live videos, early... Also, if you're looking to book a photo or video session, all the details and booking information are down in the description, where you'll also find all the gear links, all the links that we talked about today in today's video, including my 2025 Content Creators Essential List for beginners and all the deals that I've been able to find for Prime Day, Prime 4-day week. Now those are affiliate links, so they do go to benefit the channel. But as always, the easiest way to support the channel is to like, subscribe. Those are free, and it goes a long way to help me out here. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.